Good morning and welcome to the news at 7. I am David Obohwasile. The headlines: Anambra government to build fish production centers in 3 senatorial districts. Couples urged to access family planning services. Federal government sets up committee to harmonize oil revenue and government earnings. On the foreign scene, more cases of cholera reported in Mozambique after cyclone devastation. Ogbunike community has commended Governor Willie Obiano for the commencement of asphalt work on Ogunwasike Azobunike Amawa Osile Ifite Umueri St. Monica College Road. The traditional ruler of the community, Igwe John Umeliora, gave the commendation on behalf of the community during Governor Willie Obiano's inspection tour of the road. Government House correspondent Ejika Abana has details.
The Ogunwasike Azobunike Amawa Osile Ifite Umueri St. Monica College Road is about 12 kilometers, out of which 5 kilometers have been asphalted with complete drainage system. The governor, who said that 80% of the roads his administration commenced in Ogbunike have been completed, expressed optimism that the road will be delivered by the end of May this year, assuring that street lights and road markings will accompany the roads.
We are doing 45 kilometers of road in Ogbunike. We have asphalted close to 80% of those roads. And we are going to put electricity, street lighting on all the roads here. Thank you.
The Commissioner for Works, Engineer Marcel Ifejiofor, who noted that state government has successfully executed many road projects in Ogbunike, assured that the project has standard and will be delivered on schedule.
We've done this Monica's Road, that one is completed from the express. And the Oyo Lisatokisa Bridge is being done by Tamad and the work is going on. There's one we are doing in Pom Ogbunike, the one that passes through the school around the Chobok Kadibo's house. So totally in Ogbunike, the road we are doing in Ogbunike is about 45 kilometers.
The contractor handling the project, Mr. Yinka Amosu, who appreciated the good community relation with the host community, said that they have been fully mobilized, adding that they will fix the identified erosion site on a portion of the road to prevent any threat to the project.
We have finished all the necessary, especially earthwork, and also the drains has been completed, and we have been fully mobilized to ensure that we complete the asphalt of this road within 2 months.
The governor was also accompanied by the Commissioner for Transport, Mr. Uchenna Okafor, among others, while Ogbunike Traditional Rulers Cabinet members received the entourage. From Ogbunike, Inoyi Council Area, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
As part of efforts towards ensuring increasing fish production, the state government has disclosed its plans to build fish production centers in the 3 senatorial districts of the state to be replicated later at the local government level with the help of investors. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Fisheries and Aquaculture Business Development Agency, Mr. Emeka Iloa, disclosed this to newsmen in Oka. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo reports.
Describing fishery and aquaculture business as lucrative, Mr. Ilogalo said that the state government has recorded lots of milestones in its quest to reposition the sector to make it more attractive for both youths and the aged, which include passing of the Fishery and Aquaculture Bill into law by the state lawmakers late last year, creation of 16 segments in aquaculture value chain such as fish feed, smoked fish, fingering production, among others. Mr. Ilogalo said that success in fishery and aquaculture sector will increase the state economy, ensure improved quantity of fish production, and as well the living standards of the people.
Today, eventually, and true to their promise and commitment, the management decision, the fish feed plant has been established in Onitsha, and fish feed is being produced in Onitsha right now, the first time they're doing it in our state.
He noted that government, through the Fishery and Aquaculture Business Development Agency, aims at making the state the most viable leader in fishery and aquaculture in the West Africa sub-region. Mr. Ilogalo disclosed that the state government will this Saturday inaugurate the Grand cereal fish feed production plant at Onitsha, a fish feed company it attracted to ensure assorted fish feed in the state.
We are increasing pace now as it is. So it's a major thing, and His Excellency is scheduled to commission this plant. That's what's going to happen this Saturday, 30th of March.
In Awka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
Couples in the state have been tasked to assess the family planning services available in the state. The call was made during a forum organized by the State Ministry of Health in collaboration with the Challenge Institute, TCI, in Awka. Uche has details.
Mrs. Stella Ekwozo, the State Family Planning Coordinator, Ministry of Health, in her speech, disclosed that Anambra State had a contraceptive prevalence rate of 19.4% in 2016, but has dropped drastically to 15.4%, noting that families do not make use of family planning services, stressing that family planning is important for every family. She enjoined couples to use condoms as it is a modern form of family planning.
Family planning is good for everybody. We need also to testify it. People, some would attach from the religious inclinations or religious belief that their doctrine is against that, this and that. But some of them also assess this family planning.
Also speaking, the Anambra State TCI Coordinator, Mr. Aneto Egbe, explained that the exercise is aimed at strengthening the skills of the TCI-supported advocacy care groups in budget monitoring and analysis. He observed that the issue of budget process and monitoring is a duty for everyone, and each person must have an idea of how a budget works. He urges participants to engage in the process of budget preparation, noting that a budget is a process.
For us to make it training services available for our people, you need to train them, you need to fix the facilities, and make the place comfortable for both the provider and the receiver of the service. Make the commodities available, and finally, you make it to be what affordable.
A participant, Mr. Emmanuel Okeke, remarked that the exercise was highly innovative and teaches how budget can be tracked as regards reproductive health and family planning. He noted that it was the responsibility of citizens to monitor and track budget.
Basically, on training on budget monitoring and tracking, a very high impact driven training that will enable us to know how and where to track budget and monitor budget as regards reproductive health.
In Awka, Uche reporting for ABS News.
3 cabinet chiefs in Obosi have been suspended indefinitely following their acts of sacrilege towards the custom and tradition of the community. They are Chiefs Ostachidoka, Linus Mbakogo, and Hyacinth Udemba. Njideke Zoenjako reports.
According to the spokesperson of SDN and Ichie Obosi, Dr. Bennett Moze, who briefed the press after a consultative meeting with relevant traditional bodies of Obosi, including Ndi Simmo, Agbalanze, Ndi Iyom, Ndi Okwa Agadi Nwanyị, Ezeshime Royal Family, Council of 8 Grades, Obosi Development Union, and Obosi Inland Land Management Council, held at the Palace of Eze Obosi, Igwe Chudubeme Weka. The conduct of Chiefs Osita Chidoka, Linus Mbakogo, and Hyacinth Udemba, which violated the tradition forbidding Eze and Ichie Obosi from beholding any human corpse. Dr. Moze noted that the trio not only witnessed and observed the corpse of 2 bodies suspected to have been shot dead on the recent election in Obosi, which were loaded in a pickup van, while Chief Chidoka and Chief Linus Mbakogo directed the concert. Chief Udemba video recorded the elaborate scene as they headed to the Palace of Eze Obosi, where the corpses were offloaded at Imobi Obosi, thereby desecrating the sacred custom of Obosi Kingdom. He noted that indefinite suspension meted to the 3 chiefs is in line with the custom and tradition of Obosi, as they have been stripped of their chieftaincy and membership of the royal cabinet due to their sacrilegious and abominable acts against Obosi Kingdom.
After due consultations and deliberations with all relevant ancient traditional bodies of Obosi, the Igwe Council hereby announce the indefinite suspension from Igwe's Royal Cabinet of the above-mentioned Ndichi Obosi, Chief Osita Chidoka Iko Obosi, Chief Linus Mbakog Ata Obosi, and Chief Hyacinth Udemba Akamposi Obosi for their acts of sacrilege and abomination, Alu Nansana, they committed against the revered age-long customs of the people and ancient Obosi kingdom.
In their separate reactions, the head of Okwo-Olise Obosi, Chief Emeka Oramado, the priestess of Agadiwanyi Obosi, Chief Mrs. Nkechi Ugochukwu, Isi Obiora Obosi, Chief Oluna Ofodile, and Isi Demile Obosi, Chief Emmanuel Anebuka said, such ignoble act has never been seen in Obosi, and the perpetrators must cleanse the land, else calamity will befall the community. Commenting on the development, a cabinet chief, Chief Godwin Osakwe, chairman Ezeshime Royal Family, Engineer Emmanuel Ikeji, and the President General Obosi Development Union, Dikinike Namadu Bosa, maintained that the tradition of Obosi must be upheld by all, adding that violators of the tradition should abide by the stipulated sanction of cleansing the land. From Obosi, Njide Ezonyejak reporting for ABS News.
The Federal College of Education Technical Umunze recently held her joint matriculation ceremony for students of NCA Degree and Professional Diploma in Education. The ceremony, which took place at the college convocation arena, attracted people from the academia, professional bodies, parents, and guardians. Education correspondent Theophilus Uko now completes the.
Delivering an address, the Provost, College of Education Technical Umunze, Dr. Tesi Okoli, said the college will continue to provide the required facilities and resources for academic excellence to thrive. While congratulating the matriculating students, Dr. Okoli reminded the students of the institution's policy on zero tolerance to cultism, sorting, and any form of indecent harassment of students, as the college will not lower standards as regards sanity and peaceful environment for learning. She thanked Governor Willie Obiano for providing conducive atmosphere for education to thrive in the state.
But remember that the choice you make today will surely determine your fate tomorrow. Invest your useful energy to productive ventures that will add value to your life. Your journey to greatness has started. Your time starts now. May God grant you wisdom to make the right choices and the courage to stand up for right reasons.
A remark, the Executive Secretary, National Commission for Colleges of Education, NCCE, Professor Ali Mohammed, represented by Director of Fiscal Planning, Dr. Jonathan Atubie, assured the students that admission into the college is a step towards being self-reliant on graduation, while urging those on technical education to scale up their studies to widen their opportunities. Also speaking, the Vice-Chancellor Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Professor Joseph Ahaneku, represented by Professor Nkechi Esomonu, reminded the matriculating students that tertiary institutions are not cities of pleasure, as erroneously believed by some students. Rather, they should work hard and focus on their studies.
I want to congratulate again the students and the parents, and also thank the management of Federal College of Education Technical, particularly with the chairman present here, for the good works they have been doing.
The matriculating students later took their matriculation vow after being formally admitted into the college.
My country, and humanity diligently, so help me God. A round of applause for yourself.
From Umunze, Theophilus Okoha reporting for ABS News.
Is news at 7 on ABS TV. On the news this morning, we are going to tell you that federal government sets up committee to harmonize oil revenue and government earnings. On the foreign scene, more cases of cholera reported in Mozambique after cyclone devastation. Stay with us.
Here is a public service announcement. Anambra State government cancels collection of levies and fees in all markets in Anambra State. This is to inform the public that Anambra State government has cancelled the collection of all forms of levies and fees in markets and streets in Anambra State. The cancellation will be in effect until 1st June 2019. The 3-month cancellation period is to enable government and leadership of the various markets to deliberate and agree on a better and more effective model of collecting fees and levies in the markets. The public is hereby also reminded that the ban on sales of emblem is still in force. Anybody caught violating this cancellation and ban on sales of emblem will be arrested and prosecuted. This is for the attention of market unions and their leadership, traders, security agencies, and the public. Announcer, Mr. C. Dawn Adenoba, Honorable Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment.
The federal government has set up a committee to harmonize data from oil and gas revenue, petroleum production, and government earnings from all sectors of the economy across all the ministries, departments, and agencies of government. Speaking at the inaugural meeting of the committee tagged the Nigerian Petroleum Fiscal Consistency Network, Mr. Tim Okon, Technical Advisor on Petroleum Fiscal Strategy to the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, said the committee was saddled with the responsibility of ensuring the policymakers have access to consistent set of data in order for enlightened decision to take place. Okon said the Petroleum Fiscal Consistency Network is driven by 3 ministries: the Federal Ministry of Finance, Federal Ministry of Petroleum, and the Ministry of Budget and National Planning, and added that the team would be working with a number of government agencies to ensure the collection and presentation of accurate fiscal data. And on business this morning, the Norwegian Fishery Council (NFC) and the Nigerian Customs Service are currently in talks with a view to creating a platform for the exchange of information on pricing of fish and other perishable cargoes. Speaking at a meeting in Lagos, the West and Central Africa Director of NFC, Mr. Tron Kosefeti, said that the council has been inundated with complaints by the Nigerian fish importers of the delays in getting their perishable cargoes out of the ports. Kosefeti also said that the longer these perishables stay in unregulated conditions, the more they lose their quality. He disclosed that the council in recent past organized a meeting between the Norwegian and Nigerian customs services with a view to creating a common platform to verify prices from Nigerian importers. And on the foreign scene, 5 cases of cholera have been confirmed in Mozambique following the cyclone that ravaged the country, killing at least 468 people, a government health official have said. Cyclone Idai smashed into Mozambique on March 15, unleashing hurricane-force winds and heavy rains that flooded much of the center of the country and then battered eastern Zimbabwe and Malawi. UN Humanitarian Aid Chief Mark Lowcock has appealed for 282 million of relief aid over the next 3 months for Mozambique. The UN's World Food Programme, WFP, said roughly 3,125 square kilometers of land had been swamped. Nearly 3 million people across Mozambique, Malawi, and Zimbabwe were affected. And on sports, Nigerian referees were conspicuously missing on the list of match officials for the forthcoming Under-20 World Cup in Poland 2019. The World Football Governing Body FIFA, however, listed 27 referees and 42 assistant referees for the tournament. 21 video assistant referees, VARs, were also appointed. 4 center referees and 6 assistant referees were picked on the continent. The referees are Goba Mustafa from Algeria, Ndiaye Magwete from Senegal, and Ngabondala, Democratic Republic of Congo. The assistant referees are Ahmed Kamel Ahmed Mahmoud from Egypt, Golari Mokane from Algeria, Nope Elvis from Cameroon, Riama Sedo from Burkina Faso, Safari Olivier, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Almadine Soman The officials' preparation, according to FIFA, will focus on a wide range of topics, such as their reading of the game and football understanding, teamwork, and the importance of obtaining the best positional angle, being in the right place at the right time to make the correct decision. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. You can like us at www.facebook.com/ABSRadioTelevision. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Now the main points again before we go. Anambra State government is to build fish production centers in 3 senatorial districts. Couples have been urged to access family planning services available in the state. Federal government has set up committee to harmonize oil revenue and government earnings. On the foreign scene, more cases of cholera outbreak have been reported in Mozambique after cyclone devastation. And that is the news on the hour. I am David Okbokwasile, thanking you for joining us this morning.